7th grade final exam study guide. Number 1, Brittany bought a melon that weighed 11 2/3 ounces and a plum that weighed 5 2/7 ounces. How much more did the melon weigh than the plum? So we do not have a common denominator, so you need to find a common denominator, and that's going to be 21. So 3 times 7 is 21. So 2 times 7 is 14. So the equivalent fraction for 11 2/3 is 11 14 over 21. Subtract. If I multiply 7 times 3, you get 21. So 2 times 3 is 6. And then 11 14 over 21 minus 5 and 6 over 21. You get 6 and 8 over 21. So your answer is B. C, Sam orders 5 ham sandwiches at the deli. The total amount was $39.95. How much did each sandwich cost? Divide $39.95 by 5 and you get $7.99. $7.99. As I'm going through this, if you have any questions about any of them, just raise your hand. Yes. Go look in the back bin. There should be some extras back there. 3. Mrs. Richards has $25 deducted monthly from her checking account for her gym membership. What integer represents the change in her account for 6 months? So $25 times 6 months is $150. And if we're deducting it, is that a positive or negative number? It's a negative number, so your answer is C. Number 4, multiply, write in simplest form. 2 2/5 times 1/3. 2 2/5 becomes 12/5 times 1/3 is 12/15. Divide the numerator and denominator by 3, and your answer is 4/5. Number 5, on a map, 7 inches represents an actual distance of 63 miles. If the actual distance between the two cities is 288 miles, how many inches apart will the two cities be? So 63 miles takes 7 inches. 288 miles, I cross multiply. 7 times 288 is 2016. 2016 divided by 63 is 32 inches. Now, it's not enough on problems like this to just have the answer circled. You have to have some work shown. 6, Sherry earned $96 for babysitting 10 hours. If Sherry is paid the same rate, how much will she earn for babysitting 15 hours? So $96 in 10 hours equals how much in 15 hours? 15 times 96 is 1,440. 1,440 divided by 10 is $144. You could have also found the unit rate of $9.60. 96 divided by 10 would have been the unit rate of $9.60, and then you could have multiplied that by 15 hours. 7, Elizabeth gave 10% of the cost as a tip to the delivery person who delivered her car after service at a cost of $297. What will be the total cost with tip to the nearest cent? Ooh, I didn't get this one right. I didn't read the question very well. Who knows what I did wrong? What do you think, Matthew? I sure did. It says, what will be the total cost with the tip? I found the tip, $297. times, and on your calculator you can do times 10%. So the tip is $29.70. What do I need to do now to find the total cost? I'm not rounding. There's nothing to round. How much is, like if I was going to pay on my credit card, how much would I have to put on my credit card to pay the total cost of the car service and the tip? What do I have to do? I need to add. I need to add $297 plus $29.70. What is the total cost? $326.70. So my answer should be what? D. 8. What percent of 16 is 12? So think about this. Is over of percent over 100. So I'm trying to find the percent, so this is what's going to be left blank. I have 100. 12 is what of, so the 12 is the is, so it goes up there. 16 is the of. Cross multiply, 100 times 12 is 1200. 1200 divided by 16 is 75%. 9. A car travels 576 miles on 18 gallons of gas. At the same rate, how many gallons of gas are needed to travel 144 miles? So 576 miles for 18 gallons. 144 takes how many gallons? 18 times 144 is 2,592. 2,592 divided by 576 is 4.5 gallons, or 4.5 gallons. Any questions about that one? Matthew, you keep raising your hand. Do you have a question, or are you trying to answer? You're stretching. Okay. All right, let's go on. 10. The table shows a relationship between the wait time in minutes and the number of people in line. What is the unit rate for the wait for one person? 80 divided by 4 is 20. 160 divided by 8 is 20. So if I do the division on all of these, I'm going to find out the wait is C, 20 minutes per person. 11. Which expression is equivalent to the following? 19 minus 11n plus 16n minus 4. So if I look at the constants, 19 minus 4 is 15. Negative 11n's and 16n's leave a positive 5n. So your answer is B. 12. A triangle has a height that is 5 units shorter than the base. If B represents the base and H represents the height, which of the following equations represents the area of the triangle? So I drew a triangle, and I said this is the base and this is the height. And then it tells me the height is 5 units shorter than the base. So the height is going to be the base minus 5. So if the formula is 1/2 base times height, then I'm going to plug in these numbers. Base, 1/2 base, and the height is B minus 5. So your answer is 1/2 B times B minus 5. So your answer is C. You will have a problem like that on the final exam. That one was a difficult one. 13, there's a typo. This bottom number right here should be a 13 and not a 12. So which equation shows the relationship between the x and the y values? You always start with y equals. So I could go ahead and mark off B, because it has to start with y equals. And y equals, when I looked up here, it's the x plus 3. The x plus 3. So your answer is A. Y equals x plus 3. Number 14, solve each equation and check your solution. 5f minus 12 equals 18. So the f needs to be by itself, so I need to do the inverse of subtracting 12, which is adding 12 to each side. And you're left with 5x, this is a zero pair, equals 30. This is 5 times f, so the inverse operation is divide by 5. So you're left with 5 divided by 5 leaves you an f. 30 divided by 5 is 6. F equals 6. Randy is playing a number game, beginning with the number 12. He adds 6. 12 plus 6 is 18. Then he multiplies by 2. 18 times 2 is 36. Then he divides by negative 4. 36 divided by negative 4 is negative 9. And then he subtracts 5. Negative 9 minus 5 is negative 14. The table below shows the charges for a taxi ride in the city. If a taxi ride is in miles, which expression can be used to find the total charge of the ride? So, first they're going to charge you $2.50 plus 75 cents a mile, and 10 cents a mile is 85 cents per mile. I had to take these two and add them together, because they're charging that for each mile. So added together, that's 85 cents per mile. So your answer is B. Mine was in a different order, but the commutative property tells me that I can change the order and it still means the same thing. 17. This should read Michael's age is 3 years younger than Jordan. Jordan is 4 years younger than Keanu. Keanu is 17 years old. How old is Michael? So 17 minus 4 is 13. And 13 minus 3 is 10. So the answer is A. Michael is 10 because he's 3 years younger than Jordan, and Jordan is 13 years old. Yes. Oh, the slash right there. I don't know. It's a typo, I guess. I found a lot of typos on this study guide. 18. Marty's weight. W is 1/5 of Harvey's weight. A. Which equation could be used to find Marty's weight? Marty's weight equals 1/5 of Harvey's weight, which is A. So W equals 1/5 times A, because remember, when we're finding 1/5 of a number, of means to multiply. So your answer is A. 19. A plumber charges $50 for a house visit and $35 for each hour of work. If Mr. Miller was charged $190 for work, which can be used to find the number of hours that the plumber worked? So 190 equals the $50 house visit plus $35 per hour. So to do that, you would subtract 50 from 190 and then divide the difference by 35. Right? If I were to solve this, I would have to subtract 50 from both sides. And that's 35H equals 140. Divide both sides by 35. And that will give me my answer for my hours. So it's subtract 50 and then divide by 35. Cole draws an obtuse isosceles triangle with one of the angles measuring 25 degrees. What is the measure of the obtuse angle? So if I knew that one of these was 25, how did I know the other one was 25? What in the problem told me that these two were going to be the same? Isosceles lets me know these two are going to be the same. Add those up, and that's 50 degrees. 180 minus 50 is 130 degrees. The measure of angle B in the parallelogram ABCD is 75 degrees. What's the measure of all the other angles? B and C are the same, but they're both the correct answer. If this is 75, this opposite one is 75. But where did the 105 come from? They have to add up to be 180, right? Okay. The circumference of a circle is 30 pi. What is the radius of this circle? So 30 pi equals, and the formula is 2 pi r for circumference. So I want the 30 by itself, so divide by pi, and that gets rid of pi, and you're left with 30 equals 2r, divide by 2, divide by 2, and the radius equals 15. Mr. George is a carpenter and is making a bed as shown below. Find the surface area of the bed. This problem was yucky. All right. So I started here at the right side. 15 times 18, you get 270. Then I went to this bottom section, and I got 25 times 18, and got 450. Then I went to this front side, just this right here, and that's 25 times 15. The back is the same as the front, 25 times 15. Then I went to this top side right here, and I had to take off 2 inches right here because that's 2 inches. So if I'm going to find this top right here, that's 23 times 18 because I have to take off this part down here. So does everyone see why this is not 25 anymore? It's 23. So 23 times 18 is 414. Then I'm going to work on this left side over here. I had to label everything because I started getting confused. And that left side is 15 plus 15 is 30 times this length here is the same as this. 30 times 18 is 540. And then I put stars. This front and this back, they're the same. This part right here. And that's 2 times 15, and you get 30 and 30. This top right here is 2 times 18. And then this top right here is 15 times 18. And then when I add those all up, I get 2,790 inches squared because we're talking about surface area. Did anybody get that right the first time? I just so did not enjoy that problem. All right, we're going to stop at 23, and we will finish this tomorrow.